Off the second game of the day here from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here on APN Video. Michael Caratenuto, Jeff Lowry, as we hang out here at Glendale High School, home of the Cardinals. Yes, before the Arizona Cardinals got here. The Glendale Cardinals have been here for a long time. Got a new turf field, though. Absolutely beautiful playing weather. And we now have the kickoff. We'll have the kickoff of the 10U game between the 10U black team and the 10U white team. And unfortunately, I guess it's a white jersey team thing today, Jeff, because as the kickoff, well,
that should be Black's ball.
It should be, absolutely. Yep. I was about to say that to you. I was like, yes, that is true. So some of the white jerseys might not match up, and again, we do apologize, but, well, we're not the ones that switch the jerseys. So, but the black team is all set, and this is the 10U. So for the black team, let's just go through the players. Number 55, Corey Tapp. Number 9 is Kyle Harrison. Number 93, Adrian Baradas. Number 10, Preston Brown Jr. Number 3 is Cruz Ramirez. Number 17 is Sir Price. Johnny Valencia is number 72. Zaire Spencer is number 13. Jason Brownridge, number 34. Number 90 is Bradley Watson. And number 56, Jordan Davis. Number 6, Deontay Brandon. So that is the black team, and the players listed on the white team, I want to say, they're the players, but we just don't have all the numbers. So for the white team, we have Reese Spencer, Julian Uribe, Brandon Urbina, Drake Miller, Aiden Tomasetti, Sean Anderson, Brecken Madsen, Markham Ayers, Bryce Ward, Uriah Rodriguez Martin, Paul Little, Jace Patrick, Xavier Castro, Logan Park, and Brody Lerman. So shout out to all those young men. Unfortunately, they have the ball, and it's a 1st and 10 from the 10U Blacks 45-yard line. I'll get a little motion here, and, well, they try again. Man, struggling with the jet sweep, both teams. And, Jeff, is this a 9U game? Are we experiencing deja vu, my friend?
34 came up with an outstanding job. Johnny on the spot. And a turnover and an injury on the very first play.
Don't like to see that. Jason Brownridge came up with the fumble recovery, like Jeff said, and there is a player on the 10U white team that is down. 10-minute quarters, by the way. I think I said that in the first. Well, we kind of said that in the first game,
clock,
but 10-minute quarters, and I mean the officials they stopped the clock.
Well, Mike, we'd like to thank Urban Elite for sponsoring today's tournament, the first of 4 games here. Urban Elite, you see their logo. You can go to their website, urbanelite.com. We appreciate everything that they do.
Gotta love it. Sponsoring the youth sports, getting kids out here, staying active, especially with the way, again, the last year and a half has been. I mean, got to be careful, but you got to live your life, man. And, again, I'm all for safety, but I'm all for getting kids out playing sports, enjoying this. And please, people from the Midwest and East Coast, don't come beat me up. Enjoying this beautiful sunny February weather that we're having. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the 10U black team from the 10U whites 48-yard line, as almost like, wow, look at this old school. It's like a double wing formation, and, well, it is fireworks. And it looks like the penalty, oh, well, they came across the line early, Jeff. So it's on the 10U white team, so that'll bring up a 1st and 5 now for the 10U black team. And not a good handoff at all. it's almost like he threw it at Sir Price. I mean, Jeff, that was he was coming by, and all he had to do was put it in there, and he just kind of got nervous and chucked it at him.
Yeah, I think it comes down to just executing. That's a basic play, and we saw that in Game 1, the 9U. The white team did not execute as well as the black, and they lost the game, and they lost by 19.
And it goes to your point, too, though, like you said. I mean, they've obviously had some practices, and it's been a minute since they've been in kind of regular football practice, like in season. They're practicing 2, maybe 3 times a week, depending on what they're allowed, but at least getting those practices and then playing games. So you have that, 3 time a week practice and getting used to it. So, again, some cobwebs, but, hey, the 9U's wiped off the cobwebs pretty quick. We had turnovers, but we had a lot of good plays. So, and the shotgun snap there on the 2nd and 14, and the handoff, and, stringing it out. Looks like he wants to pass it. Oh, the stiff arm on the outside, and he's still on his feet. You got to be kidding me. He got shoved back 2 yards, and then he tries to stiff arm and bounces back and then goes 3 yards forward. And, Jeff, I'm laughing because I would be absolutely gassed after that. He ran about 25 yards, and he picked up 1.
Yes.
The beauty of football, the romanticism of football. That's what you got to love.
Well, is your bid locked? Check us out. Where the elite play ball. YouthFootballPlayoffs.com, the National Youth Championship Bowl Series, May 27th through the 30th. For more, go to YouthFootballPlayoffs.com. That's 6U through 14U, where the elite play ball.
So now it's 3rd and 15, and man, that ball hits the turf. Oh, but it's a pass.
Incomplete.
Not another handoff, but yes, it's incomplete. Almost, you know what, Jeff? It doesn't even look like it looks like they're just rushing it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just they're not letting the play develop. That's one thing that you and I both noticed the last game. The running plays were developing. They were giving it that chance. They were hitting the holes. They were going outside it. If they could cut up, they were letting it develop. And even on the few pass plays we saw, not too much pressure. They're letting it develop. But here it just seems like they want to get rid of it so quick.
And part of that might be the white defense. I mean, putting pressure. They've got some good size on this white side.
Wow. And they are, this is avalanching the wrong way. But look at that. He gets outside, gets back to the line of scrimmage on a 4th and 21, crosses midfield, picks up okay, I don't want to speak too early. He got pushed out, and the marker, the chain went down, Jeff. The marker went down, so he may have picked up the first down on a 4th and 21.
Well, he picked up about 25 yards after he got the pitch. I thought the officials probably should have blown the whistle a little sooner, but it turned out to be a big play for the U10 Black.
Well, Jeff, this is really weird. We're going to have a disagreement. His feet were still moving.
Yep.
I don't think the whistle should have been blown. He went in a forward motion, and I'm laughing just because most people would have ran out of bounds on that. I mean, you think because you have nowhere to go and so many guys are there, and he just breaks through and picks up the first down. So a 1st and 10 in the 10U white territory for the 10U black team. The handoff over the right side to the 30. Oh, look at that, shaking off a tackler. Another stiff arm past the 25, and then down, falling forward at the 18-yard line there. Well, look at that, Jeff. Weird. A running play settles it down. You get a big first down on a 4th and enormously long, and then you have another nice run play. But there's some dirty laundry in the middle of the field, my friend.
Well, you and I have watched enough football down through the years. You know that the what you establish early doesn't necessarily mean it's going to carry over into the second quarter or the second half of the game. So right now, still a filling out process, I think, for both these teams.
Well, that was a holding penalty, so that'll bring up a 1st and 20. And the handoff again, going up the middle, trying to get some yards, gets 1 yard. Actually, about
replay.
Yeah, so you see him, again, trying to get something going, and that
might have been a broken play, actually.
But at any level, Jeff, that's the thing. You get the great positive plays, and then you just get the killer of getting the penalty and getting pushed way back behind the chains, which, like you said, our wonderful Hall of Fame coach friend Joe Kersing would say, once you get behind the chains, it's the defense just let us pin our ears back.
Yep.
So now it's a second and.
So 10U Black they were inside the red zone.
Yes.
They had first down and 10, but they committed the infraction 2 plays ago, and then a broken play here. And now instead of first and 10 from around the 17 or so,
you have a second and 18.
Yeah.
From the 10U Whites from their 46-yard line. But yeah, couldn't speak any truer words, my friend, as well. Ooh, fakes the pitch there. And then breaks a tackle, picks up a first down, tries to cut now back inside, but oh yeah, he got absolutely pummeled on the far side. And Jeff, I always had a lot of coaches always say, never cut back into the middle when you're at the sideline. And we used to be like, we can cut back into the middle, okay. And they just wait for you, and you do it, and then you realize that all the pursuit's coming from right there. So when you cut back into it, you are going to get hammered. And again, he held onto the ball, picked up. I thought he picked up the first down. I guess he was out of bounds earlier, but nonetheless, it'll be a 2nd and 5 for the 10U Black team from the 10U Whites 20 or 32-yard line. Look at that. Cuts inside, takes on a tackler, and still driving his feet forward. And, well, they're trying to throw him down, but Jeff, in doing that, they do him a favor and give him a few more yards, and he gets to the 20-yard line.
Excellent run. Good job of containing that B gap on the right side for the black that black front line. That's an outstanding job. They get a first down, and they're almost right back where they were about 4 plays ago when they had the big run.
Well, I guess if you're a coach, there's always room for improvement. You're going to talk about the penalties, but the silver lining is, Coach, we got you. No worries. Don't want to get too overconfident with that, but so it looks like that is Preston Brown Jr., number 10. That's that quarterback.
Yeah, he's pretty elusive, and I think he can really have his way with this White defense unless they start to crack down. They're going to have to make a big play for negative yards here to make some kind of a statement.
And off goes over the left side, pushes it inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So that'll bring up a second. Actually, they're going to say 1 yard, so bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 19. For the 10U Black team as they, again, driving in, trying to get the first score of the game. And, well, Jeff, again, a few penalties, but 2:40 and ticking left to go here in the first quarter. And the 10U Black team trying to get on the board first. As, again, Preston Brown Jr. Well, penalty marker down as he's going to get knocked out of bounds inside the 10 at the – well, just shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line, but the penalty is going to bring him back, Jeff.
Well, penalties have definitely thwarted this drive to some extent.
Yes, it has, and that will march them. Back. It's just tough because you run a good play, and again, like I said, Preston Brown Jr., the quarterback, going out to the right side there, and just can't get it. But now they have the 2 receivers to the far side, and that's actually number 17 getting the snap there. Sir Price goes to the left, and look at that, to the 20, to the 15, inside the 10, Jeff, and look at that, just, man. His jersey is very slippery because they try to tackle him and they're just sliding right off him. And he gets inside the 10, actually inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and goal. Little wildcat there because Sir Price, number 17, in a quarterback. And he's able to make a huge run there.
Mike, I'm pretty impressed with really both teams. I mean, executing this way, and like I said earlier, or at least in the 9U game, these guys haven't played a whole lot, if any, in the last couple of months.
Well, the handoff up the middle. Oh, and the hurdle. I don't know if technically that's allowed. And the penalty marker is down. Yeah, you can't hurdle.
Here it is again.
Yeah, we see it. And yeah, well, I don't know. He's close to a hurdle, though. And again, you're not allowed to. They get penalized in high school if they hurdle over a player. So
yeah, they're going to take that one away. And I think after looking at the replay, that's a good no call.
Oh, yep. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Because he was – I don't think he was personally – he was just trying to go over him. And he was on the ground. Yeah, because you have it there in the replay. So he does get the touchdown.
Oh, no. They're bringing it back. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Or is this the extra point?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Preston Jones Jr. gets the snap and the quick little pitch right there and using his speed to the outside. And, well, he gets in.
Yeah, I think that is the one
that
point.
That is the extra point. So, yeah, I think it's going to be 7-0. Yeah, because they're coming – well, they're coming over to the sidelines. Doesn't mean it. But I think, yeah, it is a touchdown. So they got the touchdown and the extra point to make it 7-0. 1:16 left to go in the opening quarter. Seven to 0, the score here from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic, the 10U game. The 10U black team leading 7-0 after they get the touchdown and the extra point. A drive that was kind of marred, like Jeff said, by penalties, and they tried the onside kick. But the 10U white team recovers just about midfield. And let's see, that is, well, number 12, Bryce Ward. Again, hopefully he has his number. Not everybody, some jerseys don't have numbers, but the ones that do, on information I'm getting under the impression that that is the gentleman with it. So Bryce Ward recovers and is able to have a team of 1st and 10 on, well, their own 49. But, hey, great field position is a key to – is a great field position to start a drive, and they need to see if they can build some momentum, get plays going forward.
Well, especially with 1:16 left to go, or especially with 1:16 left to go here in the first period. This is a big drive, man.
Ooh, looks like they were going for the double pass, but a little slow in developing. Jeff, and the receiver that seemed to be wide open, Jeff, was actually here on the backside, but away from where the sweep was going. So that would have been a very tough throw back across the field, and they're unable to get positive yards, and they lose. So 8 yards. So now it's 2nd and 18. And that'll, again, being behind the chains. People say you sound like a broken record, but you and I both know at any level it just makes it that much tougher. So now we get motion into the backfield. So that's Sean Anderson, number 44. And look at that. Hands off to number 26. Who unfortunately, is that 26 or 36? No, that's 26.
17 on the tackle. That's an outstanding play. Look at it again on the replay.
Yes.
Good open field tackle.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. I was going to say that was Sir Price on the tackle, but oh, wow. Well, look at that. Penalties, but the first quarter, I was going to say the fourth quarter. Wow, I'm really bad. The first quarter ends, and the 10U black team leading 7-0 over the 10U white team. The 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here from Glendale High School. The Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. And we're back here at Glendale High School, the 10U game. Again, congratulations to the 9U black team beating the 9U white team 31-12. And a 7-0 score now. The 10U black team leading as we get the second quarter started. Here on APN video, he's the genius Jeff Lowry. I'm Michael Caratanudo, and we get a pass. He's rolling out, and almost past the line of scrimmage. Look at that, and the receiver stopped running. What a beautiful throw! Oh man, incomplete, and it looked like. 44, Sean Anderson was the intended receiver. But, Jeff, look at the rollout of that quarterback, and he's coming up to the line, and he sees the line of scrimmage. That's a beautiful spiral, and, again, I know it's a scramble drill, but unfortunately the receiver stopped, because if he kept going, he had a little bit of real estate in front of him.
You know, it's amazing. I was watching a Kurt Warner movie last night, and it was an outstanding movie, American Underdog. And it started with clips of Joe Montana, and they were saying how great Montana was as he's rolling out, kind of a la Montana. And it's amazing. I mean, you think of the great quarterbacks, the Marinos, the Montanas. When you give a quarterback time, it is amazing how good they can actually be. How good would Peyton Manning be if he had some of the lines that we've had here in Arizona down through the years? I don't think he would have been a Hall of Fame quarterback. So it goes back to the Hogs, like you said. The guys up front, and really the other 10 players on the team collectively and individually doing their job on blocking assignments. And when you have 10 guys, you know, I can remember Mason Mountain View had some great teams a decade or so ago, a couple decades ago. And they didn't always have the best talent, but I'm telling you, you had 10 guys blocking.
Oh, yeah. Played them twice. I know how that feels, how it felt. And, yeah, it's again, they always say it's the ultimate team sport. And it's not even about – it's about having time, but given – it's just the normal allotted amount of time. It's just crazy because you've seen plays where you get extra time. I mean, they put time – I've seen time clocks sometimes with you know, we're talking about NFL, Josh Allen this year, or Patrick Mahomes, even in the playoff game against Cincinnati, which the Bengals were able to come back and win. But, Jeff, there was a play he had 9.7 seconds to throw. People are like, that's
Yes.
not long. In quarterbacking in NFL, that's an eternity. And he's just sitting there looking, and he finally throws the ball for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because you're forcing somebody to guard for 10 seconds. But back to action now, the 1st and 10 for the 10U black team. And, well, he's rolling out, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and now he's just trying to get to playground as a penalty marker comes down. And he is well backwards, and that is one thing I know at this age, because we're talking about the NFL and college, and they see their players on TV. I'm not saying they're not paying attention, but they do something like that, like, oh, I can get back the other way. You're not getting back the other way quick without going backwards like that. Well, there's a penalty marker down, so it's against the black team, but it's declined because he lost a ton of yards, so it actually more than the penalty.
Yeah, the white coach immediately said we're declining the penalty.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 22 or 2nd and 22 now.
Yeah.
So actually not declining it probably actually would have brought the ball up 2 more yards. 20? Yeah. Oh yeah, 20.
That's okay. That's that good
3rd and 20.
ASU education.
Okay.
That,
you know what? I'll just let you have it.
do they teach arithmetic over there?
Hey, go blue. Go blue all day. As a pitch comes to the left side. Oh, and look at that. He walks the tightrope, number 17. Again. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm like, he's not on the roster. Yes, he is. That's Sir Price. Sir Price with the run.
I've never seen that name before. SIRR.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, it's a very unique and interesting. I like it. So, yeah, but he's not shying away from hits. A lot of guys would take their positive yards like he had right there, Jeff. Kindly step out of bounds. He says, come and get me, and goes back at the defense. Trying to punish the defenders.
And this event, Mike, this event is for these guys. There's some very special players. They're both teams.
On a 3rd and 12. The snap and throwing, to the defense there, and it is intercepted as Preston Brown Jr. He had some guys breaking. And again, we talked about Jeff. It could be from there, not having the reps, because he had his guys open that were actually running a post. He threw it to the outside, and there were 3 defenders standing right there. And one of them picks it off. And after a turnover by the white team, black team driving a little bit, and now the 10U black team has a turnover. Well, don't forget the National Youth Championship Bowl Series. Is your bid locked? Where the elite play. YouthFootballPlayoffs.com. And again, that's what this is leading up to. So,
yeah, I was getting ready to say, I think, you look at the talent that we've got on both sides of the field here, and these guys aren't here because there's a lot of talent, and this event is to give these guys a chance to play in February. It's a long off season, and it gives them a chance to get some recognition, and that's what we're doing up here at APN Sports and providing the live stream for this event.
Oh yeah, football year round. They're relaunching the USFL again. It's all games are going to be played actually in Birmingham, Alabama. So people want football all year long, and for these kids, look at that sack right there on a 1st and 10. Well, Jeff, I will say this early on. Both defenses have definitely outshined both offenses, even though, yes, we do have the 7-0 score, but a few penalties here and there. But for the most part, these defenses are adjusting pretty quick and shooting gaps and getting the job done. Yeah,
you're seeing a lot of, the white team, good size. They've got speed. The black team, to me, a little bit more, possibly a little more athleticism. I have to watch a little bit more of the game, but I think the white team is going to have a diverse offense if they're going to march down the field against this black team. A lot of talent on that black side.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we have a 2nd and 13, and the pass out into the flat. Oh, off the intended receiver. And he did tip it, and it almost was picked off. And it looks like that's Cruz Ramirez, number 3. And, Jeff, that's the worst feeling, having experienced that in my life a few times as a corner, because you're breaking down on the guy because you know you can't get in front of him. It's a quick out, but you're right there to make the tackle. And then all of a sudden you start to go low, and he tips the ball, and you just don't get your hands up quick enough, and it goes by you, or it hits you in the shoulder pad and hits the ground. But nice coverage there by Ramirez. 5:53 left to go, 3rd and 14. As well, he's rolling out, trying to throw downfield, and Cruz Ramirez, look at that, the corner. Wow, man, Jeff, not playing a lot, but the game's changing, my friend. Corner is coming up to hit. It's just, again, I know they don't never usually get credit for it, and a lot of times at these levels, it's a business decision, as we always hear, is, college and pro, when you have a 245-pound running back or 250-pound quarterback running at you, and you're 190 pounds. I mean, you gotta think of your future.
Tom Brady was the best quarterback, not only of all time, and I know you don't want me to say that, but I think one of the reasons he has continued to be one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL is his ability to not get hit.
Oh yeah, I mean, but when he's getting pressured, he doesn't step up. So, but that's okay. Not everybody can be all the way. Oh, and the incomplete pass, he had his hands on it, but man, I give that quarterback credit, throwing into triple coverage there. The receiver got his hands on it, but just no chance to come down as he got wrapped up right away. And that is a turnover on downs, my friend, because that was 4th down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the 10U black team, as they will take over from the 10U whites. But see, like I say, I know punting, obviously with the snapping, a long snapper, you're going to be back. But at this age, I just remember playing, we used to do a lot of quick kicks, because you leave the quarterback in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to catch him off guard. Nobody's back, so hopefully, again, and he would take a step or two back from his normal shotgun snap, and then you just quick kick it. But I think, at this age, again, I definitely want to work on it, because I don't want to go for it on 4th down, inside your territory like this. But both defenses have showed out, so I guess I'm kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth, but that's tough to do.
Yeah, I remember back in the 90s, and we were covering Peoria football, Doug Klappa,
yes,
one of the longtime greats. And there were some games, if they were playing a better team, they would punt on 3rd down because of almost a rugby style tactic, playing for field position.
And people used to, they would drive nuts. Look at this, gets first play. Oh, and there's our man, number 17, Sir Price. Man, he is, hey.
He deserves to be called Sir, because
I was about to say there's going to be a lot of cliches that are going to be thrown out to him, but he's definitely going to make people respect and pretty much salute him, because he's not going out of bounds. He will go to the brink, tippy toe, and put his shoulder down and run you over. And he gets inside the 20, so it's the 19. So we have a 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for the 10U black team. And on the 14-yard line, pardon me. Oh, yeah, they are back a little bit. That's a backwards pass, and he could throw it again, and he's getting pushed way back. He's at the 20, and now he gets back to the 14, and still on his feet, running tacklers over inside of the 5. Or is it right at the 5? Yep, well, they're spotting him right at the 5-yard line. Well, Jeff, I will say this. There are guys that have had to run a lot of extra yardage to gain 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 yards, but they're not lacking in energy. That's one thing I can say. Oh, but penalty marker down, and it is against. Well, they've done this. They've been consistent this first half, Jeff, because they've had these huge gains, but penalties marched them back.
Well, we showed the replay on that one. It was such an impressive run, but there was a flag down back probably right around the 14 when he got the block in the back, and that helped him pick up another 5 or 6 yards. Looked like he actually picked up the first down.
Yeah.
Great individual effort that time, no question about it.
So now it's a 1st and 19 as, well, the jet sweep, little quick pitch there. And he's inside the 20. Mr. Price cuts back in and is taken down at the 10-yard line. So, Jeff, they're not really hiding what they want to do. They need a lot of yards. The jet sweep to the right, the jet sweep to the left for Mr. Price. And he just picks up the yards, puts his shoulder down, and makes the defense. Always had a coach that said, make the defense remember tackling you. If you can do that most of the game, they're not going to be happy to see you with the ball.
I always think of the old saying, there's no substitute for speed and quickness. And
can't coach it. I always hear coach. Yep. Can't coach speed, can't coach height. So now a 1st and 10. Oh, no, it's just – okay, I was like, it's a 2nd and 5. It wasn't a first down, yeah, because they had a 3rd and long. The pitch goes to the right side, as you see there, and it was a 2nd and 4. So on a 1st and 18, he picked up 14 yards to create the 2nd and 4. Now they are on the down to the 5-yard line, so it's going to be third. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 5 as we get a timeout with 58.5 seconds left to go here in the first half. He's Jeff Lowry, Michael Carasino here on APN Sports as we bring you this beautiful football showcase. And again, you can't have it in northern Arizona all year round, but you can have it down in the valley all year round. So I will brag a little bit. Nobody can come and throw things at me from the Midwest right now.
No. Well, special thanks to Urban Elite for sponsoring today's event, Mike, and they do a lot with the NYCBS. And the big tournament coming up May 27th. Of course, the championship day will be the last day, May 30th. And I don't think Cortez, I don't know if they've got a site for that. Sometimes I'm sure they'll probably play it out here on the west side, but who knows? It's been played in Tempe before, and we had it at North High maybe 5 years ago. So, give them the website, Mike, and maybe we can.
Yes, the www.youthfootballplayoffs.com. Well, if they're going to Tempe, I mean, there's that beautiful cathedral known as Arizona State University.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
They should play there. But we got a 3rd and 1 now after the timeout, and running straight up the middle. And look at that, Jeff. He pushes past the 5. Well, now they're going to say it's right. No, you know what? It looks like he got stopped. Actually, you're going to say forward progress, no gain. So now that brings up 4th and 1. And Jeff, you know me, I'm not usually a trick play person. Although I used to like to, get Coach going with running more trick plays, and I know he'd get a little flustered with me. But I think as the white team takes time out. But I was going to say to you here, if I'm the black team, I run a reverse right here. But run it back to the wide side. So hand it off like they're going short side, and then have that receiver come back around, Mr. Price, have him take that step forward, come back around. I think he beats everybody to this near side pylon. That's what I think.
That, or what I was thinking is maybe you might want to stack the box a little bit offensively, and then try to get a one-on-one receiver if you got one of your tall guys that can go up in a one-on-one situation. And Sir Price, not really a tall kid, but he's the kind that can get open.
Well, there's 34.1 seconds left, so I mean, I said for a touchdown. They just need the 1 yard for a first down, and I want to say they have one more timeout left.
Mm-hmm.
So they just need that. So 4th and 1 now from the 5-yard line. They have to get to the 4. The handoff, and they get the first down, and he's down to the 2, and look at that. He doesn't go down, and he gets the touchdown. And, well, doing a little celebration dance. I didn't know they were allowed to do that, Jeff.
It's an exhibition game.
There you go. Well, he did score, and it looks like that was number 3, Cruz Ramirez. that got in for the touchdown there. Well,
so there was no.
They did stack though because they had a lot of
Yeah.
had a lot of bodies at the inside. The other running back went through first, so of course Jeff's up 1-0 on play calls because I lose there too. So they're up 13-0, 28.6 seconds left to go in the half, and they will go for one, as that is Preston Brown Jr., the quarterback, in the pistol formation, fakes the handoff, throws it out into the flat, and nobody, well, is going to get to Sir Price. Well, hey, you said throw it to him. Look at that. You said stack it, and then if you want to throw it to him, they stack it, they run, they score, and then they throw it to Price for the 1-point conversion. Has everybody met Jeff Lowry, the offensive coordinator for the 10U Black team here today? Man, 0 for 2. But 28.6 seconds left to go, 14-0. And, Jeff, I was going to say real quick, outside of the white team just hasn't seemingly had the ball long enough to get any offensive continuity. But the black team's kind of helped them out with the penalties, but on 2 drives, they turn those going backwards into obviously positive yards and the touchdowns there.
Well, their first drive of the game back in the first quarter was over 8.5 minutes.
True.
And then this one here probably pushing about 6 minutes. So, I mean, you've had 2 long sustained drives. And what does that equate to? In most cases, that means that white defense is going to get very tired probably late in the third quarter.
Yeah, they probably couldn't be happier to see halftime. They would love these next, I'm guessing, 28.6 seconds to run off the clock pretty quickly and go from there. So they. But will.
Mike, I mean, really, one big play on offense. If they could get a touchdown early, make a stand on defense, they're right back in the ball game. So but so far the Black, they have played dominant football here from Glendale High School.
Yes, they have. I'd say we'll get set to kick off, and we'll see if he tries to kick it over. Everybody, oh, no, what a beautiful kick. Gets the bounce. The ball's on the ground, and it looks like the black team did recover it. Yes, they did.
Number 3.
Jeff, what a great kick there. He got that bounce, and it maybe wasn't the highest, but when it hit the ground, the player that was trying to field it short hopped on him like a baseball. It hit him in the hands, but he bobbled it. And, man, what a solid kick there. So with 23.4 seconds left now, Jeff, we'll see. Hey, so I'll go really generic on this play call to give myself a chance. Sir Price probably will see the ball.
Well, you might see maybe we haven't yet in this game. You might see a Wildcat formation here with Sir. And because right now, I mean, with 23 seconds, you can run maybe, well, you've got 1 timeout left for the Black.
Yep.
So you could run probably 2 plays because you're not probably going to throw a down and out here, an out pattern. So,
well, they have trips to the right side, and Preston Brown Jr., a quarterback, so there's trips to the right side, a tight trips because it's the near side of the field.
Let's see if we have a counter here.
Oh,
no, he's dropping back. How about that?
Throwing it downfield, has a man open, and he makes the catch. And he's going to try and beat everybody. Well, he gets knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. What a catch by Cruz Ramirez. Jeff, I was going to say the only thing is the receivers were a little too close to each other because the defense was there, but Cruz Ramirez gets behind everybody, and there's your speed, Jeff. What a throw, and he went to his left to help himself out. Preston Brown Jr. threw it and led Cruz Ramirez. Well, no down and out. They just ran streaks.
Well, it's a smart play because, I mean, you need to eat up a lot of yardage here. Plus, he got out of bounds and stopped the clock. So,
man,
just a well-executed play and drawn up by the coaching staff of the U10 Black.
So Preston Brown Jr. looks like he wants to keep it, tries to get around the edge, and he's able to get to the 5 and down towards the 1. Did he get pushed out of bounds? And I'm going to say, with 4.6 seconds left to go, he did get pushed out of bounds before he crossed the goal line, Jeff. But, well, look at that. Preston Brown Jr. says, you want me to pass it deep, Coach? No problem, I got you. You want me to run the ball in?
Mm-hmm.
I got you. But, again, the line has done a good job. I know they've been called for, again, a few holding calls that have marched marched him back, and now they take the looks like they took their final timeout, Jeff. But he got out of bounds, so clock should stop, and he wouldn't start until after the ball snapped.
You got 4.6 seconds right now.
You want the right play, yep.
You know, I doubt that you're going to run a play that's not going to take 4.6 seconds unless you put it into the end zone. So I think that's a really good timeout by the U10 black team. And now, hopefully, just because you call a timeout doesn't mean you're going to execute the play perfectly, but I would say the majority of the time that is the case.
Absolutely. And plus, I agree with you because you don't want the play clock to start running just because he got out of bounds, once they put the ball down, they're running, so you don't want to have to feel rushed. So get them over to the sidelines and see if they can increase, like you said, because they've made it tough for the 10U white team if they can increase this lead. So the ball inside the 1. Jeff, as the 10U black team comes back out as Preston Brown Jr., but still on the shotgun. They got the pistol formation and back to his left. They hand it to the back, trying to plow forward, and he rolls into the end zone for the touchdown. That was Sir Price. Is that number 17, Jeff?
Let's take a look at it.
Or no, I think it was number 32.
Yeah, 32.
32. Well, you know what? 32 changed numbers, Jeff, because unfortunately we don't have a 32 on the roster. But nice run by that young gentleman. And as the clock goes to 0, look at you, Mr. Clock Management. Man, absolutely crushing me. I probably would have been like, get up to the line, let's run the play. A little excited. But see, that would go against how the game started because remember, like the first few plays, it just seemed they had time, and he rushed his throw. They didn't let the play develop. And they got over that after one drive, basically.
Absolutely.
So with no time on the clock, they do get a chance to go for the extra point. It's Preston Brown Jr. Here's the reverse. And if that is Price, is that Mr. Price? Yes, it is. Number 17. That is Price, or Sir Price. See?
The replay.
Let's check it out. Now look at that. He
gets tremendous speed.
Is that number 17, though, Jeff?
Let's take a look at it again.
I want to say it was.
That was just an impressive play all around. Look at the blocking.
I want to say it was Price because. But that is halftime, so they get the extra point. 21-0. The 10U black team leading over the 10U white team, the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here from Glendale High School. All right, as we get the second half kicked off here from Glendale High School, the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. And that's taken. So as the kickoff, it'll be a 21-0 lead, by the way, for the 10U Black team, who, again, Jeff and I touched on in the first half. Penalties, but they were able to overcome and had some big plays, move the ball around. And, man, just was able to do what they needed to do. And they are up 21-0, and they are coming out with the ball. So Mr. Preston Brown Jr. back in at quarterback there as he, and in the shotgun, they go with the pistol formation. And tight slot to both sides of the field, fakes the handoff, and, well, holding the ball like a loaf of bread, goes back about 12 yards, still dancing around like he's on the playground, and, well, gets back to midfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and, ooh, yeah, he was already out of bounds, and, again, trying to jump over a player. I know it's a natural reaction, but, again, still not allowed to do that, is all I know. Oh, yes. Many have many phenomenal hurdles in the at the pro level, even on the college level too. And again, you see somebody just drop down low enough. Running backs, wide receivers do it. But a 1st and 10 for the 10U Black team from the 10U Whites 33-yard line, and the handoff comes to the near side of the field. He cuts it back into the middle, is following his blocker, and then, well, runs ahead of his one blocker and finally gets dragged down there. As we'll see on the replay, look at that. Nice cut inside, and, hey, linemen getting to the second level. They have done a great job of that. Again, like I said, after feeling rushed on that first drive, it just seemed like they weren't letting their plays develop. The 10U Black team is, well, again, having the ball last, getting that late touchdown right as the clock expired, and now they have a chance to get the first touchdown of the second half as Preston Brown Jr. with a 1st and 10. Or 1st and goal, pardon me, from the 10 as it goes into the middle to who else? Sir Price. And just, ooh, well, Preston Brown Jr. is doing the good teammate thing, lobbying for the touchdown, but the referees were saying, nah, just a little bit short as he goes down at the 1-yard line. And, man, just very impressed with, again, how that line is blocked up front. And, again, Sir Price just doing the job there, Jeff. Man, just... So now they come up to the line as it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. The handoff, trying to get on the inside counter, but it was all blocked up. And Sir Price gets into the end zone. Gets into the touchdown. Gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And he is just, dare we call him Mr. Automatic when it comes to getting touchdowns? Yes, there is a reason his name is Sir. His parents were on to something, and he gets the touchdown as they just march down. Jeff, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. I mean, you said the first drive was about 8 minutes. 2:42 on that drive. Whew. I guess my one critique is when Preston Brown Jr. was scrambling, that when he was scrambling, he was holding the ball like a loaf of bread, Jeff. Can't do that. Got to break that habit.
Well, he's got 2 or 3 more touchdowns than you do. So
touche, but I'm just trying to help him out.
They don't call him Sir for nothing.
No, I meant Preston Brown Jr., the quarterback. Oh, look at that. The big man gets the handoff. And big number 55, Corey Tapp, Rhymes with sap. Who was a big lineman too, huh? Look at that.
That was a la Warren Sapp. Hey, how many times did we see him line up in the backfield?
He was, yeah. I mean, sometimes they had a double fullback with Mike. Again, fullback Mike Allstott. But look at that. Corey Tapp gets the handoff. The big man's been doing a great job blocking and got it. And this year we've seen more offensive linemen in my lifetime catch touchdown. I know it's happened in the past and everybody's like it's an anomaly, but this year I've seen so many more offensive linemen check in as eligible, catch touchdowns this year. So the coach knows how hard Tapp and the rest of his buddies are working up front. So he says, big man, get in the backfield. You're gonna get the extra point.
I'm surprised more teams don't do it.
Absolutely.
The many years that I called Hamilton football, they had the jumbo package. Mainly on end zone, goal line situation or extra points. But, if you could throw a big guy out there, lead blocking, or even give him the ball, it's just another play in the playbook and mixing things up.
Yeah, and for the kids, you can Google this one too, Refrigerator Perry. Look at that, because the Bears were some of the first to do that. And he was just a defensive tackle that was just so athletic and big as we get a kickoff there. That's a live ball. Okay, he picked it up. Very wise of him, and he gets tackled right away. As that was number 6, and unfortunately, again, with jerseys changing, I don't have a number 6 for the 10U white team. And number 1 on the tackle. And unfortunately, same thing for that young man, whether he changed numbers, but number 1 on the tackle for the 10U black team. So it brings up a 1st and 10 for the 10U white team from their own 32-yard line. As they're getting the call, and again, first down, again, whether you want to say baby steps or not, but something positive. Get something going in a positive direction, because on a lot of their drives, on a few of their drives in the first half, that first play was backwards, whether it was a penalty, tackled in the backfield. Again, just get that offense some continuity and some momentum. And the referee stops the clock as the white team takes a timeout. Again, just want to get everything set. So 28-0, the 10U black team leading over the 10U white team as we come to you from Glendale High School here on APN Video of the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. All right, so at 1st and 10 now as the 10U white team, gets a snap, throws it out into the flat, incomplete as the defensive back was right there, as I think that was intended for Julian Uribe, number 36, for the 10U white team. And who was out in coverage, Jeff? What a surprise, Cruz Ramirez.
The cornerback I know he wanted to get the ball out there quickly on that play. However, the the ever-presence of this tough black defense is always there, and you wonder if, that's in the back of the mind of the white quarterback.
Well, he throws a quick slant there, and on a 2nd and 10, picks up 4 yards. So that'll make it 3rd and 6, and that was a nice catch there by Bryson Ward, number 12, for the 10U white team, as now they're at their own 36-yard line. And black team showing blitz, and again throws it at same play, and this time
big 90 on the tackle.
Big no, yeah, I was gonna say it may have gotten a yard, and yeah, I even saw that. That was Bradley Watson. And then we also have Corey Tapp. Look at that. The gentleman gets the extra points, and they're playing some D-line too.
Yeah.
Feed the Hogs, Jeff. Feed the Hogs.
Most important part of the game, offensive line.
So it's now 4th and 5, and that ball goes up, over the middle, and, well, it was intended for number 21, Uriah Rodriguez-Martin, and he drops it, so there's a turnover now on downs, and the 10U black team will take over. So the Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. Is your bid locked? Where the elite play ball, go to www.youthfootballplayoffs.com. And like Jeff mentioned earlier, and they've had the championship game at North High School in Tempe. Maybe they come back here. If they're in Glendale, they can talk about it. There's a cool stadium, a few miles west of here that they love to play in.
It would be nice.
That would be awesome. Or the beautiful, phenomenal cathedral known as Sun Devil Stadium. But
the newly renovated.
Look at Jeff Lowry knows his stuff. But yeah, log on again to youthfootballplayoffs.com.
And also June 25th and 26th, Anderson Auto Fieldhouse in Bullhead City. You're invited to the Southwest All-Star Classic Summer Showcase, where the Southwest collide. For more, go to www.southwestallstarclassic.com.
All-Stars everywhere. And the first snap, he hands it off and was wrapped up. Jeff, they had a chance for a big loss there, and somehow he gets around the corner and makes the play. And that was number 34, Jason Brownridge. And, Jeff, that's such a deflator in my eyes for a defense. When you string a play out, you have a guy, maybe a 1 yard loss, no gain, a 1 yard gain, and then he gets away, and it's now instead of being 2nd and 9 and long behind the chains, it's now a 2nd and 4. Well, there's a delay here. Sorry, my apologies. I'm trying to look and see if any explanation, but they're all set up. And you get the snap. They run the reverse. Thought it might be a reverse pass, and he comes to the near side of the field. He's to the 25 to the 20. Sir Price throwing guys off him and still lowering his shoulder. Jeff, I'm not trying to play favorites right now, but if we're picking a player of the game, Sir Price is 1, 2, and 3, and maybe 5.
Well, and he's created a lot of the yards that his team has gained in this game just by his speed. No doubt about it.
Yeah, and again, and at some point, a coach, whether obviously a quarterback, but a receiver, running back, say, bud, it's okay. Know when the journey's over. Get out of bounds. You don't need to prove that you can throw somebody down. Get out of bounds. Stop taking the hit. I know it's a contact sport. I understand.
I'm kind of surprised to hear that coming from a guy that went to Horizon in a day when Horizon had great football teams.
Yeah, well, and they're state champs right now, buddy. Yep. Oh, They are state champs right now again, so dropping back to pass, a man wide open as the ball floats up and it's caught for the touchdown. What a throw there.
Yeah, here's the replay.
What a catch as he makes the play, and man, turned around and
I'll tell you what, the black team came out to play. They have executed in all phases of the game, and they're up 34-0.
And it was either Cruz Ramirez or Kyle Harrison, number 9, on the catch. Well, that makes it 34-0 as they go for the extra point as Preston Brown Jr. gets the handoff. Oh, and look at that, battling at the goal line. It looks like he lost the ball. They gave it to another big man, Jeff. That was Bradley Watson. And the extra point, well, first extra point they've missed, Jeff. So with 2:18 left to go in the third quarter, they are up 34-0 is the 10U black team. As you guys are checking out the Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here on APN Video. And the touchdown, so that is correct. So number 10, oh, that was a quarterback. So they actually put him out. Preston Brown Jr. has been the quarterback, so my apologies. He wanted to show off not only could he throw it, a deep pass when they needed it, he can go out in the flat and catch it if they need him to.
Well, and we were talking about the last time they were in the red zone, maybe sending a taller player out on one-on-one coverage, and that was kind of blown coverage, but it was one-on-one definitely, and I don't think the white team could stop that all day long. With 2:18 left to go here in the third.
So now we'll get a kickoff from the 10U black team as they and yeah, it looks like, well, he could definitely enter the punt, pass, and kick contest, could Preston Brown Jr., because he's the one kicking off. So as he again spots the ball, and they actually got the white team back pretty deep. They're at the about the 20-yard line. And, well, that'll sit there and bounce, that live ball, and, well, somebody needs to pick it up. And it's finally picked up at the 25, and, well, trying to look for somewhere to go with some blockers, but nowhere to go there for him. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the 10U white team from their own 21-yard line as we get a whistle. Oh.
Is that an injured player on the side?
No, I think it's just actually pads.
Oh, I think somebody's just laying down over there taking a little siesta.
Oh, well, okay, because I can see pads.
See someone right at the line of scrimmage.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah,
he just came in from New Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
Getting some sun.
Yeah, that is. Oof. How about that USA men's soccer game the other day? Did you see that? They decided to play in Minnesota because they're playing Paraguay. It's 3 degrees at kickoff. 3 degrees.
3 degrees.
Playing soccer my whole life, that'd be a great place to schedule a game. And they won 3-0 anyway. You didn't really need to play in that weather to have an advantage because it's at that point it's just miserable for both teams. But hey, congrats to USA Soccer men's World Cup qualifier getting a win there. But more important business we're getting back to now. The 10U white team.
American football.
Oh, this guy. So 1st and 10, again from their own 41. And the black team coming with the blitz. And, well, got a man in the flat, and he drops it. Oh, man. I want to say that was Sean Anderson, number 44, and number 1 with the tackle again. Great tackle by number 1. Unfortunately, unless he changed jerseys, which could happen. Could happen. Like Jeff and I said, it happens to youth football. But So he made the play there.
I guess you would say he heard the footsteps on that play.
Well, they show blitz again, and not the best of snaps. So look at that, getting out into the flat and going away from the ball was number 36. And Jeff, I get he's a little frustrated. That's Julian Uribe, and again, with his pattern, he curl. But if he steps back to that ball, he's got a better chance of catching it and maybe drawing an interference call, get an automatic first down.
Yeah, this front wall for the Black, they're just getting too much pressure on this quarterback, and it's almost like they're playing with 12 players out there.
Absolutely. And on first and second down, they showed blitz, and now it's 3rd and 10, and we get a timeout from the white team with 1:32 left to go in the third quarter as you are checking out the Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. 34-0, the 10U black team leading over the 10U white team. And then the 9U black team won 31-12 in the first game. And a lot of, again, interesting plays there. And kind of just like this game's kind of been a mirror image. I mean, I know the 10U white team hasn't scored, but both teams, again, a little cobwebbish, like Jeff and I talked about in the beginning. And like I said, this 10U black team definitely just seemed rushed. They were rushing what they were trying to do on offense, not letting the play develop. And, man, Jeff, once they started doing that, I mean, we've seen Sir Price and what he's been able to do, and then Preston Brown Jr. At quarterback, and just what the line has done as well, and we've talked about it. But now on a 3rd and 10, again, they're in the shotgun. 5 wide, 3 trips to the far side, 2 to the near side, as, again, showing blitz, and, tries to get rid of it. Oh, and almost intercepted. Oh, that was it's a no-no for a quarterback. You never want to take a sack, but you also never want to try and make again, Jeff, you touched on it, with athleticism, especially as you get older, you feel like you can just turn around and make a play, but when you throw it into the middle like that with the defense and people standing around, it could be intercepted.
Yeah, even the greatest quarterbacks, you put pressure on a quarterback, you're going to eventually force mistakes, and no matter who you're talking about, a Joe Burrow or a Peyton Manning or on down the line.
So 47 seconds left to go. And it is 4th and 10. It's out into the flat. Oh, and it's caught. And he, needs to get upfield. And look at that. Goes to the inside, gets back to the outside, picks up the first down, and he's streaming down the sidelines, and he's trying to outrun everybody. Can he do it? Yes! The touchdown, the first score of the game for the 10U white team, number 36 on the play there. And that is Julian Uribe. And, Jeff, he went inside. He saw the tacklers. He escaped it. The quick feet. You talked about quickness, but, man, little tap dance there. And he gets outside, and he takes it down the sidelines to the house. And, man, they always say the first score seemingly is the toughest. But they get on the board with 26.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, that was a well-executed West Coast offense. Take it right out of, the playbook of Joe Montana. I mean, they set it up beautifully. The defense overcommitted going towards the quarterback, and they've been doing that. They were kind of predictable with it, really.
They showed blitz, and they didn't pull out of it. They just you're right. And you know what? It wasn't the best of snaps, and the quarterback had to go and get it as he throws to the end zone for 2 on the slant. And, Jeff, I think in coverage was Mr. Sir Price, who knocked that down. And right behind him was, that would be his secondary mate, Cruz Ramirez. But, yeah, the quarterback on that play, Jeff, you're right. It was a heck of a play. As we'll see it on the replay, and we see the run there. Let's look at that. He gets past midfield, and Uribe turns on the Jets and just says, "You can't catch me." I would have dove right there, actually. I think he was in diving distance to take him down, or at least push him out of bounds. But, yeah, the snap was just a little – he bobbled it, and for a quarterback, it's about getting that grip. I don't even know if he could get it. He balanced the ball and then got it right out to Julian Uribe, and Uribe said, "Oh, I got you on this," and they get the touchdown, Jeff. It was, again, 34-6 is the score, but And you talk about building each series, each play, each week, each game, and they finally got something positive right there, and they were able to do it. So they were able to do it, and they get on the scoreboard. So 34-6, and well, looks like they'll try the onside kick as well. It doesn't go. Oh, it went 10 yards. Why does the defense at every level always back up? It's a live ball. They recovered it. Great job there. You can step up and recover it. And I know people say, oh, at a young age, but that's something you can definitely work on because you know they're not going to kick deep. Gather yourself, square the ball up, and step up. Don't let it get to 10 yards because they can't touch it. So it's just, but, well, hey, you know what, though? The 10U white team. Speaking of Hamilton, it's like that crazy game. That's the onside kick play that Bishop Gorman ran twice in the last 5 minutes of the game to beat Hamilton. Hamilton was up on him. Bishop Gorman scored. Kicker it went up the middle. Second time, they line up in the same formation. Kicker kicks it to the exact same spot. Bishop Gorman recovers again. They scored another touchdown late, and that's how they beat Hamilton this year in Arizona.
Wow.
2 onside kicks recovered in the game. And it was the same spot. And it's just, to me, once you see a kicker do that, they want to go with what's comfortable. They're not going to change it up. I know. I mean, I didn't. Sometimes I did. You have to. But, hey, so the 1st and 10 for the 10U white team after that nice touchdown reception. And shotgun snap. And here comes more pressure. Ooh. Gets away from it, telling his receivers to go downfield, but maybe trying to, well, he gets 2 yards there. And, Jeff, that's a heads-up play from the quarterback. He's telling push him back, so hopefully some guys will drop back away from him. They didn't, but he still was able to pick up 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, I think if you give this quarterback time, I think he can do a lot for this white all-star team. He's got a lot of composure. He's been rushed a couple of times, and it shows because this black team is definitely getting pressure on that quarterback.
Yeah, well, if he keeps doing that, they're going to have to lay out of this blitz because, again, one more score. It could change a little bit as he gets the snap, dropping back to pass, has to step up in the pocket, does a great job there, crosses the 45, down to the 40, falls forward at the 39 and picks up the first down. Look. All right, offensive coordinator Lowry. That's your new name. I'm not calling you Jeff. I'm just going to call you offensive coordinator Lowry.
No, I mean, even the first drive of the game, you could see the talent there as we come to the end of the third.
And we'll touch on it more on the other side. The Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. The 10U Black team leading 34-6 at the end of 3.
Change this.
The Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here from Glendale High School. Checking us out on APN Video. Along with Jeff Lowry and Michael Caratanudo as the 10U white team trailing 34-6. They just scored. They got the onside kick, and now they have a 1st and 10 at the 10U Blacks 39-yard line. And this is a design quarterback draw as he gets the snap, goes forward, and falls down, or gets tackled, but falls forward past the 25, and he's at the 24-yard line. Another 1st down for this quarterback, and there was no bones about that. That was just a straight quarterback draw.
Well, I think the coaching staff on the white side, they're making adjustments over there. They know there's a lot of over pursuit on this front wall and the linebackers of the black, and they're calling plays that are appropriate to that kind of defense.
Well, if they blitz here, they're going to be in man coverage, and they do blitz. And, well, the receiver on this side decided to block, but getting past the 20, back down to the 18-yard line. Nope, I take that back. The 16 on the near side here. So that will bring up a 2nd and 2 from the 16 now. Man, and they've gotten some momentum.
And we're playing these games. There's a modified running clock, but if you run out of bounds, they'll stop the clock. Timeouts, that kind of thing, stoppage in play, but it's pretty much a running clock outside of that.
So again, 5 wide again. Ooh, the shotgun snap hits the turf, and the quarterback has to roll out, scramble drill. And, well, now he's going to go across the 10 and picks up the 1st down, no problem there. But his receiver, Jeff, was calling for the ball as he saw his quarterback scramble. He was running to the inside, more so running the post. He stopped and started to go back out. And, again, it's tough when you're right-handed when you're rolling across the grain, against the grain to your left to throw that pass. But, man, and he was getting pressure. But if he could have set his feet, he had a man wide open for a touchdown. And we get a stoppage.
We got a timeout. This is the 3rd and final timeout for the white team.
So, yeah, they do take the timeout. And, with 8:55 left to go in the 4th quarter, 34-6 lead. But, man, this is definitely some momentum to build on for the 10U white team, just because of the way they've again, their last series, getting positive yardage, and a few run plays, but then passing it. And the black team said, okay, if you're going to pass, we're just going to constantly blitz you. Well, they broke it a few times on the last drive, and then this drive we haven't seen as much. We've seen a few pressures.
Yeah, they look like a different team on offense right now. And credit the coaching staff for doing a good job of making some changes.
So a shotgun pass, goes over the middle, and a penalty mark. 2 penalty markers come flying in. It's a fireworks show of penalty markers, Jeff. And I think we're going to get a pass interference there and an automatic 1st down, so it'll be 1st and goal. Yep, 1st and goal for the 10U white team, and half the distance. So it was on the 4, now it's on the 2-yard line. Again, chance to score back-to-back touchdowns.
Well, there's nothing wrong with leaving this game feeling a little better about yourself. They were down 34-0 at one point.
Shotgun snap, the fade pattern is up. Oh, and they're going to say it is incomplete. I don't know if he got there a little early, but So that brings up now 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Well, this time, there's a back. Oh, that's a quarterback. So again, going empty set, trips to the near side here as he, puts a jump ball up and, 5 bodies are around it. And, Jeff, they always talk about route awareness, and unfortunately it looks like now we have a team on the 10U, a player on the 10U black team that's down. But, yeah, it was a jump ball in that area, and it gets knocked down. But said the gentleman from the 10U black team is down. 34-6 is the score. We'll bring up a 3rd and goal, but it's good. It's always good to see it. Running and cutting is obviously different than walking, but it's always good to see a player get up and walk off the field under their own power. That's number 34. That's Jason Brownridge. Had a few nice runs earlier in the game. I'd say he had one of the extra points as well. So 3rd and goal from the far hash, and again 4 trips to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side, and the quarterback rolls to his left, dives forward, but it looks like he may be out of bounds and maybe have lost a yard. Or no, he didn't get out of bounds. They're saying run the clock, so try to go to the. Again, he's a right-handed quarterback, and Jeff, I mean, at any age it's tough, but he's going against the grain, and instead of rolling him to his left, roll him out to his right, give him more of a chance to throw. To get the throw off is, again, when you have, let's see, so, 2 receivers trips to the near side, and, they try to spread everybody out. He goes up the middle on 4th and goal, and he's going to get stopped, Jeff, just shy of the goal line.
Outstanding goal line defense here by the Black. You talk about playing for pride. I really think that the 11 guys out there said, hey, we let them score once. Let's not do it again. And that was an impressive drive. I mean, that ate up a lot of clock and a lot of yards, and they make it down to the 1, but doesn't do them much good. And a turnover on downs here as the Black take over with 7:23 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you look at what, I mean, for the defense now, might as well blitz. You can get a safety, get 2 points, get the ball back.
Yep.
Even though, like you said, the clock is not their friend with this deficit. So Preston Brown Jr., again, number 10, the quarterback. He's in the shotgun and trying to get some space. They hand it off up the middle, and look at that. He picks up a 1st down, and he's sprinting to the near sideline. He's past the 25 to the 30, 35, 40, and did he push him out of bounds? I don't see a whistle. No, he's going all the way, Jeff. It looks like, oh, well, he's trying to, I thought he ran out of gas, and he gets a penalty marker thrown on him for celebrating in the field of play. A 99-yard touchdown, doing his best Tony Dorsett Monday Night Football imitation there for you historians, for you kids out there. Look that up, too. And that is a touchdown, but again.
Mike, did you think that he was clearly out of bounds?
No, I didn't think he stepped out. That's why I thought he got pushed, but he did get contacted. Pardon me, not that I thought, but I don't think he stepped out at all. So what is it? What do you see on the replay there? Yeah. So he did the sideline sprint, but started to celebrate a little too early, my friend.
Nothing wrong with that. It's an exhibition game.
Well, but the penalty marker came out. Official said, nope, none of that. Act like you've been there before.
Like Tony Dorsett, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. You want to know the worthless trivia question to that play? Well, it's an answer, but if anybody ever asks you, or you can get people with this, the Cowboys, offensively, they screwed up substitutions. They had 10 players on the field. So with 1 player down, he goes 99.5 yards, longest run in NFL history.
Yeah, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, 10 yards.
That happened
1980.
on your 50th birthday.
Oh, don't. Well, that would make you about 160, so we're cool.
It would.
He is Jeff Lowry,
No,
the great of APN Video, as we come to you from the from Glendale High School. And, well, you know what? They penalized him, and so it is a long run, but it's pushed back, and now Sir Price gets the ball, Jeff. And, well, hey, look, I get it. The celebrating, they don't want taunting in the game, and, finally came back in the NFL this year, and trickle-down effect. You want to celebrate when you get in the end zone, fine. But when it's early, I think that's a penalty. But Sir Price, again, puts his head down. But, man, a 99-yard touchdown. See, that's the frustrating part, Jeff. Because, again, yes, they're up big, but you work so hard to get a 99-yard touchdown, and you spoil it with a penalty. But it was a heck of a block by the line. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, Jeff, but this line, ever since after that first drive, man, they have just let the offense settle down because, again, the few times that the 10U white team's gotten pressure, but it's been very far and few between. So the handoff goes to Sir Price, and he breaks a tackle, and, well, you have to take him down with 2, if not 3, and, well, they do that this time. And it was 2nd and 2. Now it'll be 3rd and 2 for the 10U black team on the 10U whites 27-yard line. And they'll be on the near hash, as you see. Well, it's good to see Jason Brownridge back on the field, Jeff, number 34, as that's a lateral pass right there. And, well, now he's trying to run it back the other way and directing some blockers and trying to bounce outside. And at some point you're going to run out of gas. And a penalty marker comes down, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. And, see, that's the other problem at any level, Jeff, because it's not that you're not in great shape, as you see on the replay here. But when you cut back and you have to go all that way back, so, I mean, the field's 53.5 yards wide, so you're basically running, an extra 40 yards to try and get upfield, and has nothing to do with not being in shape. You're going to run out of gas at some point. But the penalty marker, we'll see what that is as the officials are talking. 4:54 left to go in the game. Again, the 10U black team leading the 10U white team 34-6. And don't forget, fans, you are invited to the Southwest All-Star Classic Summer Showcase. Go to www.southwestallstarclassic.com where the Southwest collide. And again, that's June 25th and 26th.
Bullhead.
Oh, well, it says 2021, but I think they meant 2022.
Yeah.
But yes, June 25th and 26th, 2022 in Bullhead City, Arizona. So, yeah, head out to Bullhead City. So, let's see. Well, the chains are moving. It is now a first down and 10 for the 10U black team from the 10U whites 23-yard line. So, Jeff, I'm guessing that the penalty, obviously, they're on 10U white. The referees get together but never signaled what it was. So, inevitably, it's a first down for the 10U black team. As Preston Brown Jr. gets the snap and hands it off and, well, getting some blocking and using speed to get outside. And it is a touchdown as he gets inside. Well, there was no pylon. They're trying to say he stepped out. I don't know where the pylon went, but... And again, Sir Price with the ball gets the touchdown. Yeah, I'm already closing my vote. So Sir Price is my player of the game, followed by the bonus for the offensive line. Yeah. But Sir Price, I mean, he has definitely helped the offense click. And even when they haven't gone to him in the passing game, you've seen what it's done for other players. So they are now up 40-6. Preston Brown Jr. again in the shotgun, has Jason Brownridge to his left, and it goes up the middle, and that is Brownridge. So again, got banged up, walked off the field. Good to see him okay and able to play, and he gets the extra point, making it 41-6, Jeff. And man, if you're the 10U black team, And like I said, to wrap it up for people that, joining late, that first drive did not look good. They look like, I won't say disorganized, just rushed. They were trying to do stuff. It was just rushed. They weren't letting it develop. The backs were just not letting the blockers, the line, do their job. And then, man, they started to do that, and they have just absolutely rolled and look very, very good. I know I say Sir Price, but I mean defensively too. We've seen what Corey Tapp, who got that extra point, has done on the offensive line, along with Bradley Watson, who almost got an extra point too. And, man, they have just, again, been dominating together up front. As Preston Brown Jr. will kick off, and it's interesting because usually kickers like to set up their own the ball for themselves, but Cruz Ramirez says, "Hey QB, I got you. And he set it up for him. I don't know. To me, that would be very, very. I kicked. It'd be very odd. I want to set it up. Well, Jeff, the sun has been shining. It warmed up a little bit. Man, what a beautiful day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, the football neighborhood.
There's the Urban Elite logo on your screen, and as we come back to live action, and special thanks to Urban Elite for all they do for the NYCBS.
That ball's caught, but he went down, and that was number 21, Uriah Rodriguez Martin, who, again, just made the catch. And as in high school and, well, college, high school, and youth, when you fall down, even if you're a receiver, that's where you're down. As the trains, I don't know, you fans can hear
That's
that.
the Glendale Express.
Yeah, we've heard it.
I'd like to put you on that and send you off long ways, actually.
Wow,
yeah,
all right.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, send me to Ohio. See what I do there.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy's really nice. That's why Jeff Lowry's my best friend.
Yep.
Having a good time as, again, these players. And again, it's tough for the 10U white team. It's 41-6, but
well,
like you said, again, it's not about everybody getting a trophy or rainbows and unicorns, Jeff. But the last two drives, offensively, that's something you can show them on film. They have something to build on because they beat the blitz quite a few times and they move the ball down the field.
Well, and you know that the white team, they're going to, when this is over, they're going to be watching those last two drives over and over again.
Well, he gets pressured and, just hucks it downfield into a plethora of defenders, and the ball gets deflected by one, but it is incomplete. And, yeah, no surprise that Cruz Ramirez was in the vicinity. And, again, all the other DBs have done well, too, and now Cruz Ramirez actually back at safety, but he's just reading the quarterback and flying over and doing a good job. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the 10U white team from their own 36-yard line. On the snap, a low snap, so now it's a high snap, and he just has to cover it, and that'll be a loss of 15 yards on that play. So again, he just has to cover it up, and like you said, Jeff, you start trying to pick up that pigskin when it's rolling around, and we know fans get a treat out of it from the blooper reel, but when you're a player, you're not having that same reaction because you're absolutely annoyed, and if you don't fall on it, that's usually when, like you said earlier, things just go completely haywire, and you're probably not going to recover and give up even a bigger play to the defense. So a 2nd and 25, and look at him getting pressured. Telling his receiver to get downfield, but now he's just telling him to get out of the way so he can run, and it was inbounds. And they're running the clock as Sir Price came over, Jeff, to make the tackle.
Yeah, he's been the man of the hour, no question.
And you said it earlier, it's true. Not playing, probably in a few months. And granted, I know they've probably had a few practices, but man, he's offense, defense, pretty much playing mostly all the snaps, and doesn't seem too tired. But yeah, that's what adults will always say to a 10-year. You're fine. Go out there, run around. You're good. No, but he's played, like you said, a very solid game. Again, this defensive line has done the job as well. Johnny Valencia, number 72, man, he's got a defensive end linebacker standing up because, well, there he on cue. He gets in the backfield again, and he has to rush the throw. And this time, it will be intercepted on the far side of the field and gets a block. Cuts it back in, has one man to beat, and look at that, gives him the stiff arm, and gets into the end zone for the pick six to make it 47-6. And, Jeff, did you see a number on that defensive back? Oh, he's kneeling down because I think there's a penalty marker down. Well, there's a penalty marker down, and he's got his hands on his helmet as he's knelt down at the 4-yard line with the ball. And, well, now he's begrudgingly, Jeff, bringing it back to the line of scrimmage because I would be too. That was a block in the back. And, again, it happens. And so they will have the ball. They are on offense. It's just no touchdown because the interception will push it back. It looks like that was Deontay Brandon, Jeff. Sorry, number 6. That made that interception, and a great run by Deontay. But with the block in the back, it just gives the 10U black team a 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. As now a penalty marker comes down, and they're waiting for, again, number 1, my apologies, to head off the field. So Jordan Davis is going to come in for looks like confusion if they have the right amount of players on the field. I'm trying to count. It looks like, yes, they do. Well, they do have 11. Well, has some time, dropping back to pass, and now he's going to have to take off. Look at that. Cuts back into the middle of the field. That midfield is, well, still going east-west now. With the stiff arm, goes north-south, trying to get dragged down and just throwing would-be tacklers off him, and he's out of bounds inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Man, you heard Jeff there with the sound effect. That was one heck of a stiff arm, Jeff. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Just another impressive run turned in by the Black offense, no doubt about it.
Wow. So that will pick up a 1st down with 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go in this game. As again, that just seemed like confusion that they had the right amount of players on the field. They had 11, but, well, you know what? It ended up being a big run. It seemed like an extra lineman on the field because when number 90 Bradley Watson came in, Johnny Valencia, like I was starting to say, Jeff, tried to come off the field, and they told him no, stay there. That's 11. So he just went to the right side of the line and blocked.
Yeah.
And that's what sprung that nice run. So Preston Brown Jr., number 10, will Get the snap, throws it out into the flat. It's complete. And, well, looks like forward progress was stopped, and it's a loss of 2 yards on the play. And looks like we get another timeout with 58.4 seconds left to go in the game. As the Team Black will huddle up. But you are watching the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic here on APN Video. Well, as we are back, and you said at the timeout, Preston Jones Jr. just hurls it to the end zone for who else? Mr. Everywhere and dependable, like Jeff said, Sir Price with the touchdown. No, but there's a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage, Jeff, which would lead me to think, yes, holding was signaled, but look at that catch by Price. As a defender draped on him a little bit, and Preston Brown Jr. throws it. Man, what concentration in the catch. But, Jeff, nonetheless, we talked about it in the first half. On their second and third drive, second drive when they scored, penalties were a killer. And that's kind of reared its ugly head on this last series with, 40 seconds left. As I think both teams now out of timeouts, Jeff.
Teams. I give credit to both of these teams because of the fact that they haven't played, most likely. Some of the guys may have been in an all-star game here or there.
Preston Brown Jr. fakes the handoff, goes to the left, crosses the 20, and gets pushed out of bounds. 15 seconds left at, the 15-yard line. So it was second and about 25, and he picked up 23 yards on that play. Again, the clock stopped because they lined up, but they can't huddle up because, again, neither team has a timeout left. Now Brown Jr. rolling out to his right, completes the pass, and he's taken down there, and that will be the last play up. Oh, okay. I take it back. There's 0.4 of a second left. That was fourth down. He changed the marker late because I thought it was third down, but he changed the marker late. My apologies to everybody out there. But so actually, they're just going to say that's game. I don't see the offense coming back. So 41-6 is our final score. The 10U black team over the 10U white team. We'll have more action coming up here from Glendale High School. The
11U.
Urban Elite 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic.